A pathogen is a microorganism that can cause disease. In this video, we are going to discover what they are exactly, how they can spread and cause infection, and how their spread can be reduced or prevented. Pathogens may be viruses, bacteria, protists, or fungi. They are just microorganisms that can cause disease. Bacteria are microscopic. Even the biggest are only 10 micrometers long, which is minuscule. Once bacteria find their way into the body, they release toxins that make us feel ill. Examples of bacteria infections are cholera, typhoid, food poisoning, and gonorrhea. Although bacteria are very small, viruses are much smaller again. They are among the smallest organisms we know of. Viruses not only enter your body, but they enter into cells and reproduce inside cells. They reproduce hundreds of thousands of times and eventually cause the host cell to explode. The virus then passes out through the airwaves, bloodstream, or other route and can spread through populations. Examples of viral infections are the flu, influenza, measles, mumps, the common cold, and AIDS. Of the thousands of species of fungi, a few can cause human diseases. They can cause minor skin conditions all the way up to life-threatening diseases. Some common fungal skin conditions are athlete's foot and ringworm. They are contagious and can pass from person to person through direct contact, or less commonly through contact with common surfaces. There are some opportunistic fungal diseases that can take advantage when the immune system is lowered for other reasons, such as cancer or AIDS. Protists are single-cell organisms. Some protists can contaminate food and cause amoebic dysentery, which is an intestinal infection and results in severe diarrhea. Protist pathogens can also be parasitic. They live in or on other organisms and cause harm. Malaria is an example of a protist pathogen that lives in the blood and is transmitted by mosquitoes. So how are pathogens spread? They can spread in many ways, by direct contact, by water, or by air. Different pathogens are spread by different mechanisms. So, malaria is transmitted by mosquitoes, whereas cholera is a waterborne disease. HIV is transmitted through bodily fluids, and athlete's foot is transmitted by direct contact. How can transmission be reduced or prevented? Depending upon which disease you are trying to reduce transmission for, depends upon which method you need to engage. Simple hygiene measures can reduce or prevent the spread of many diseases, including flu and the common cold. Make sure you wash your hands properly, keep common surfaces clean, and use a tissue to sneeze into. Did you know there is a best way to wash your hands? Hands washed thoroughly with soap have significantly reduced numbers of bacteria. Over 350,000 people die every year from food poisoning, which can be prevented by washing hands and utensils properly with clean water and cooking foods to a safe temperature to kill the bacterial pathogens. To reduce or prevent cholera and other diarrheal-causing pathogens, communities need access to safe drinking water, adequate sanitation so that dirty water is not exposed, and basic hygiene needs such as washing hands properly, boiling water properly, and keeping surfaces clean. Malaria and yellow fever both have mosquitoes as a vector, and Lyme disease uses ticks. A vector is an organism that has an active role in transmitting pathogens from one host to another. To reduce or prevent infection from vector-borne diseases, the vectors need to be controlled, or humans need to protect themselves against the vector, such as wearing mosquito repellent and wearing long-sleeve clothing. Insecticide and spraying techniques can be used to reduce the population of the vectors, but this is trickier and more expensive. If a disease is highly contagious, such as rabies, people may need to be isolated to prevent the infection spreading to others. Vaccinations are also an option for preventing and reducing pathogens. Vaccinations involve putting a small amount of inactive or dead pathogens into the body, which stimulates the body to produce antibodies against a specific pathogen. This enables the body to be prepared to attack or destroy the pathogen if they are infected in the future.